Oh, hey everybody. Sorry. Remember, I don't have my glasses on and I don't have my contacts on. So I'm like hardcore into the webcam right now. Hey, my name's Gazy. Welcome to the Outlet Podcast vlogs. These are vlogs that I do on YouTube. And like my first video, I wanted to show you, I'll link it in the description of this video. I talk about how I first started my first gear, the first gear that I got to podcast. And it was very sensible stuff. I went online, like a lot of you guys are doing, and you found this video. You go online and you're trying to find the cheapest way to podcast, or maybe you want to go like very expensive, or maybe you're trying to figure out the middle ground. It's all about the equipment. You a lot of stuff is going through your head. So I started off with the idea I want to be able to use my iPad, and that is where I jumped off. I knew for a fact that I wasn't a hardcore computer audio engineer, editing software, this, that, and the third. I wasn't that guy. But I definitely, there was something I wanted to talk about. And what I want to talk about is, Jesus. Since I'm a Christian, I got to talk about music. I got to talk about anime. I got to talk about my life. Got to talk about some social issues. That's why I podcast. And that's a lot of the content that I have here available on my channel, The Outlet Podcast, where you can connect and recharge. So, no further ado, going into my second setup. My first setup, it's linked in the description of this video. This other setup that I do, it's more it requires it allows you to do a little bit more as far as having guests show up on your podcast, kind of. Follow me here. So we start off with microphones. Now I've already preached and said my praise about the ATR 2100. That's this microphone here. It's plugged in right now, plugged into my laptop. I have a netbook or a Chromebook laptop that I'm talking on right now. The webcam is different. I'm using the webcam that I'm recording with right now for my vlog, not podcast. I'm using the Logitech C920. It's the same one I think the people on Funhouse they use. I think it is the same one they use. It gives me great resolution. It's 1080p. It's very, very gorgeous. And it costs around like $80, $80 to $90 online. The ATR 2100, this glorious, awesome microphone, it costs around, I think I said like 35 to 50. If you get it new, you get all the bells and whistles that come with this microphone. So go for it. Now, what you want to do, once you get that microphone, is don't just use the microphone cable that they give you. They give you a microphone that allows you to plug into one of the jacks, and it gives you a USB output. Now this can give you USB and XLR. Pick up an XLR cable. The quality and the sound that you get from this in comparison to what you're listening to now, if you want to, it sounds beautiful, guys. Listen to a couple of my podcasts. The last podcast that I uploaded on iTunes is in SoundCloud, Stitcher. Link in the description, guys. It sounds amazing. And I'm using this. Now, the other microphone that I suggest a lot of podcasters, if you're budgeted, then use a USB mic like this. But if you are willing to invest in this hobby, and it's a really fun hobby, then I suggest you actually go for a condenser microphone. Now this microphone, I picked it up. It's a Sterling Audio. And the funny story about this microphone is that I went to my local guitar center and I was hanging around novicely in the department. You got to recognize, you got to admit to yourself what you know and what you don't know. Because if you don't know a lot, then it's not you shouldn't be ashamed that you don't know a lot. Ask questions, and that's what I did. Met this lady named Grace, and she was so sweet. She's a Christian like me, and we started talking about audio in church, and then she started to show me various types of equipment that I would need to podcast, especially if I wanted to go and podcast out of my iPad. Remember, I'm on a budget. So she told me that the company Sterling Audio, the company that does these microphones, also do another high quality. This is just like another, like their side project of condenser microphones. A great microphone if you're gonna podcast professionally or as a hobby, but you want to take it serious. The ATR 2100, not bad, but pick yourself up one of these. You're also going to want to get I forget what this thing is called. Oh, Lord. Oh, snap. You're going to want to get like a microphone and then a shock mount. This is a shock mount. My last podcast, I literally had to hold I had to hold the condenser mic and the shock mount. It was not, I was in pain. It stunk. Get yourself a microphone stand, a boom mic, any kind of microphone stand, and put your condenser on the shock mount. Now, this needs phantom power, and it also needs an XLR connection. So, like I said, get yourself an XLR connection. What I ended up purchasing, and this is the difference in between my iPad and lightning to USB. That's in the first video. This is the Presonus AudioBox 2. This is called a digital. Oh, there you go. Sorry, guys. This is called a digital interface, an audio interface, a digital audio interface, I guess. This is a great thing. Let's just start off showing you guys. So out here in the back, you got the main outs that if you wanted to do some live podcasting, boom, you can main out into some powered monitors or some speakers. Boom, right there. Next to it is the device. That is where I plug that's where I use my USB cable to plug into the lightning to then plug into my iPad, and that's where it goes. There you go. Now I can see where it says device. Boom, right there. Now the other part right here, let's see, the power to PC Mac. Now you can what I do with my audio interface is it has a certain cable. Now this certain cable that it uses, it's let's see if I can find it real quick. The certain cable that it uses is like half, like on one side it's the traditional, USB, but the other side, here we go. Yeah. So one side it's the USB, but the other side it's this weird looking adapter. So what I like to do, that's for powered. If you want to connect this digital audio interface into your computer, then go ahead and do it, because you have the capability. But what I do, I like to actually use this special cable, and so I connect this to the back of the audio interface, and then I connect the USB into a power adapter, and then I put that power adapter straight into the wall. So now my audio interface, it's getting power. Now, since let's see, if there's one more, okay, it also has some outputs there for MIDI, so that's pretty cool. Now, I said get yourself a condenser microphone. Now, most condenser microphones, you need phantom power. The ATR 2100 does not need it, but for a condenser, it needs power. This good boy, it gives that. Let's see if I can actually, there you go. This actually offers you phantom power. So all you got to do is actually just push the little button where it says 48 volts. There you go. All you got to do is push that little button, and you're actually all set. what I loved using this, I was able to plug in my acoustic guitar into the second, and sing into my condenser microphone, or you're able to put up two XLR connections, or even two quarter inch jacks. You're able to put it in there. So continuing further, you got your headphones, right? Well, I came into the conundrum where I was saying, well, Grace, what happens if I want to have my guests be able to adjust their audio? Well, she sold me a device that also needs to be powered, in the wall, and it's a headphone amplifier. Please look it up. Please look it up. It's a headphone amplifier, and it had four, I guess they're TRS jacks, or quarter-inch jacks. Let's see. Yeah, such as these. Don't mind the color. This is gonna come in another video, but yeah, kind of just like this, we're able to plug into the headphone amplifier, and each quarter-inch jack, it had its volume, so you're able to adjust up and down independently your own volume, how you see fit. So this was a more complex setup. It took a little bit more time to explain, but I found a lot of success with my digital interface, my audio interface. It worked out, but there came a point in my podcasting, and I'm at the point now where I needed more. So my third video I'm going to upload, it's going to be talking about this next step, evolution that I took when it comes to podcasting. So if you have questions or comments, if you think I've said something incorrectly, don't be shy. Comment below. Let me check it out, because I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I went into the Guitar Center and I spent a lot of money, probably less than $300 though. So I saved a lot of money. This setup, $300. Very, very good. Very good. Next setup doesn't require that much more. Stick around. My name's Gazy. I'm the host of the Outlet Podcast. Connect and recharge. And since I am blind, there it is. Peace out, guys.